Welcome once again to Breakfast Central. There is palpable fear about what might be the outcome of yet another round of meetings by the five aggrieved governors within the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, named the G-5. Of course, the PDP is one of Nigeria's opposition parties. They're currently in the United Kingdom to decide on who they will support as the 2023 presidential candidate. The five governors, Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Samuel Otom of Benue, Okezie Ikpeazu of Abia, and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu had been at loggerheads with the leadership of the party over their insistence on Iyorchia Ayu's resignation.
Before the trip, they had foreclosed working for the presidential candidate of their party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Now, joining us this morning to explore this conversation and look at maybe some of what is to be expected is political analyst and former SA to the governor of Rivers State, Inko Taria. Good morning and thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Opunabo Inko Taria.
Good morning, Oli. Good morning, Osa.
All right. Let's talk about what's happening. I mean, we have been seeing every day we see fresh updates when it comes to Governor Nyesom Wike and the G5. And I'm wondering if you foresaw that it was going to last this long before, there had been projections by the PDP that this was just an internal scuffle that will be sorted out. But it doesn't seem like this is getting sorted out anytime soon. What we, however, didn't see on our end or on my end was that this scuffle was going to last this long. Did you maybe foresee it? And really, it seems like at this point, all hope is lost of reconciliation.
Well, I don't have the gift of clairvoyance, so we all hope that there's going to be a rapprochement. We all believe that. Sadly, that's not the case, and that's not because these are irreconcilable differences. They are reconcilable, but the interest of a particular man, as the so-called leader of the G5, who felt his ego has been bruised by being picked at the convention. And I think that's just what it is. I don't think the other members of the integrity group are still willing to go ahead with this protracted battle, but maybe they don't know how to opt out, because even in their various states, the PDP is divided. Majority of their followers, especially the state chairmen, have come out to support Atiku openly to say they are not going to follow their governors. And I think their trip to the United Kingdom is to see how they are going to smoothen out the rats, because some of them are opting for Peter Obi, some are opting for Tinubu, and some believe that they have to remain in the party to support Atiku. So how do they get out of this whole mess? Why they're in the United Kingdom to brainstorm on how to get out of this whole mess. Because right now it is too late in the day for them to retrace their steps and support Atiku. That will betray their words, and that's eating the humble fire. That's what they don't want to do, because they believe if they do so, the integrity they have will be, it will have been robbed of. They will be robbed of the integrity they have and the integrity the mountain that they have. So if you ask me honestly, if I need something to take this long, I will tell you no. But again, I must be honest with you, I did not even consider that the issue of the longevity of the whatever the differences they have. I didn't even consider that. But I think I have also said on several occasions that Atiku should just go ahead, which is what he's doing right now with his campaign, with or without the G5 governors. Inadvertently, these governors, especially those of them that are contesting, will be shooting themselves in the foot. Because I wonder how you're going to go out there to say, vote for me as a PDP candidate and vote for A as a presidential candidate from another political party. How are they going to do that? I said this long before now, and it's playing out. You can see that even their party chairmen in their various states are averse to them. They have all pledged their loyalty to the Atiku group. And also, you can see they are working towards the fusion of Atiku as the president of the country come 2023. So they're in that quagmire. And that is what they've gone to the United Kingdom, which to me, I believe is slavery mentality. Why do you have to leave your country to United States? It's just one jamboree that you want to go and do. What are you going to discuss that cannot be discussed in Nigeria? But it's one jamboree. That's how the split
It's a routine. That seems to be a routine in Qatar. It seems to be a routine now. Not just with the G5 governors.
It's a shame. And I ask you, how many, when does the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom come to Nigeria to discuss, or even to the United States to discuss? Except you have it borders on bilateral relations. Why will the United States president leave United States for Germany to discuss United States politics? It's just this slavery mentality, you know. It's sad to say, but I can't really rationalize it, that your governors will leave your country for, you know, if for example I'm going on a vacation and maybe Osa is also going on a vacation. No, Osa will not take you on a vacation. Only if you're going on a vacation. That's on the lighter note anyway. That's on the lighter note. Let's say Osa is also going on a vacation and we decide, okay, we are going on vacation, let's discuss this issue. There's a difference thing. But to leave the country for United Kingdom, whenever you have to discuss political issues, it's a shame. It tells you the level of depravity of our leaders. You can never rationalize that. You can discuss all this in the government house. You can discuss all this in hotels. But these are non-issues anyway. Let's go back to the
Mr. Inkotaria.
The truth about...
Can you hold on? I want you to speak on something, you know, that made the news headlines a few days ago, and that is the River State Governor Nyesom Wike, according to the news report, shutting down the campaign office of the PDP's candidate in River State. So I want you to confirm that this is true or false, and what this means, you know, and if this is really a sign that the battle line, I mean, there's really no hope of reconciliation at this point.
Well, yes, that is true. In fact, it's gone beyond that. Just yesterday, they revoked the CFO of Blue Meridian Hotel. I don't know if you know Port Harcourt so well. It's been one of the famous hotels in River State, and it's been there for quite some time. It was originally owned by a former governor of River State, Antonio Uko of blessed memory, General Antonio Uko. The CFO was revoked. We are all aware of the revocation of Lim Eba's CFO. We're all aware of that. And the sealing of the campaign office of Atiku. You know, I've always told people, I said, what we have in River is the march of conquest, terror, and subjugation. And there can never, ever be a crueler tyranny than that perpetrated under the shores of the law. The issue of Blue Meridian, the excuse they gave was that the management failed to pay the ground rent. And you remember that the management failed to pay the ground rent after the politicians, lawyers, people had a meeting in that. And this is the same governor who had threatened and that he was not going to allow politicians to meet in hotels. And any hotel that permits them will be closed down. He has said that on several occasions. They shut down a hotel belonging to one of the supporters of Austin Opera, a former chairman of PDP, Fowler. He did. He went and closed the filling station belonging to Chire, a member of the House of Reps. You know, so what it does is to intimidate. Now you can imagine when this goes on, most hoteliers will not want to release their hotels for you to have it. And that is what is the political bludgeoning. That is what is going on in Rivers.
Mr. Inkotaria, I'd like to make reference to, you know, the last question that you had answered, talking about Rivers State, the governors revoking their CFO. Now, he recently addressed this in his speech at the inauguration of the Alogwa Link Road. And in the speech, he did talk about how it wasn't anything personal. Now, there's the Executive Order 20 and 21 that says that you're not allowed to build your political secretariat in residential areas. In some sense, you know, when you explain that there is actually a law that forbids this from happening, should he have made an exception because it's his party? Wouldn't that have been some form of bias?
Yes, first and foremost. Now, I just said that there can never be a crueler tyranny than that perpetrated under the shield of the law. Now, when you say you already have the laws guiding the conduct of elections, clearly spelled out in the Electoral Act and in the Constitution. So anything you do outside that will be ultra virus. That is number one. But sadly, these issues have not been challenged in court. You talk of a law. I ask you, I don't know how old you were, if you were born then, but if you remember when under the dictatorship of Buhari and Ejiako, we are talking of 83, 84, where you had Decree 2 and Decree 4. Those were laws. But they were draconian. They were laws. Now, and a lot of people were arrested based on that. But was it legitimate? That's the issue. It wasn't legitimate.
All right.
So when you come up with all these laws to frustrate, hamstring the opposition, you can realize we are talking of the intention. In this particular case, we are looking at the diabolicality of the law, of the individual himself. If these laws were passed for intensely bad reasons, he will tell you, he told you to pay caution fees so that they can clean up. If you litter the place, they'll clean up the office. How many parties can pay 5 billion naira whenever they go stop it?
Unfortunately, we've run out of time for this conversation. But if I get you correctly, the Executive Orders 21 and 20, Executive Orders 21 and 22 are draconian, right?
They are draconian, passed by the Ministry of Lawmaking that they call House of Assembly.
Okay, we'll have you back. We certainly would have you back to explore this conversation even further.
No assembly will pass such laws.
Yeah.
We have several layers that we want to ask. There's several questions that I have to ask you about this conversation, but we look forward to having you back. But first, we thank you for joining us today, Opunabo Inko-Tariah, and we look forward to having you again. Join us.